Hey there, and welcome back to Cloaked in Darkness, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of true crime, horror, and chilling tales from around the world. Today, I'll be sharing a story that will send shivers down your spine. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown. If you enjoy what you hear, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of thrill seekers. Now, let's get started. So picture this. I was hanging out with my family one summer, and my cousin Jamie brought up this old family legend about a haunting in our hometown. I had heard bits and pieces before, but I never really paid much attention until that day. Jamie starts telling us about the Bell Witch, a spirit that haunted the Bell family back in the early 1800s. Apparently, this witch was known for her terrifying antics, like throwing rocks, pulling hair, and whispering threats in the dead of night. It all started when John Bell, the head of the Bell family, noticed strange occurrences on their farm. Animals were acting up, and there were unexplainable noises in the night. The kids were freaked out, and honestly, I could feel my own heart racing as Jamie shared the details. One night, the family decided to investigate. They heard strange sounds outside, like scratching and whispering. Imagine being in their shoes, sitting there, knowing that something was out there, but not being able to see it. It's enough to make anyone uneasy, right? As they gathered the courage to head outside, they were greeted by a terrifying sight. A dark figure standing by the edge of the woods, just watching them. Okay, so fast forward a bit. As the haunting continued, the Bell family began to experience more supernatural events. One of the daughters, Betsy, started getting attacked by this spirit. Imagine waking up at night and feeling someone pulling your hair or hearing whispers in your ear that nobody else could hear. That kind of stuff can mess with your head, and it really started to take a toll on her. So here's where things get even creepier. The family reached out to a local clairvoyant, a guy named Andrew Jackson. Yeah, the same Andrew Jackson who later became president. He came to check it out, and what he experienced was insane. He claimed to have felt a slap across his face, which I think would send anyone running for the hills. But this guy, he wanted to confront whatever was haunting the Bells. At this point, I was fully invested in the story, feeling the tension build. The Bell family became somewhat of a local spectacle, with people coming from all over to witness the haunting. Some even claimed to have seen the spirit, which was said to take the form of a woman. She would laugh, scream, and even engage with the family. And can you imagine? You'd think you're just trying to live your life, and suddenly, you've got a full-blown haunting making headlines. It's bizarre, but the craziest part? The witch made a promise to John Bell that she would kill him, and she delivered on that threat. In 1820, he mysteriously died after falling ill, and it was rumored that the Bell Witch was responsible. After his death, the haunting continued, but eventually faded away. The Bell family moved, and the witch's spirit seemed to vanish. Now here's where it gets personal. After hearing this story from Jamie, I felt a weird urge to explore the area where it all happened. My friends and I decided to check out the old Bell farm. It was late, and the moon hung high, illuminating the path ahead. The closer we got, the more I could feel an unsettling chill in the air. When we arrived, the place was in ruins, but there was still an eerie presence. We could hear the wind rustling through the trees, almost like whispers. My heart raced as we stepped further onto the property. Suddenly, we heard a loud crack, like a branch snapping behind us. We whipped around, but there was nothing there, just silence. As we stood there, debating whether we should go deeper into the property, I felt something brush against my arm. I spun around, expecting to see one of my friends messing with me, but no one was there. The fear crept up my spine, and I knew we had to get out of there. We ran back to the car, adrenaline pumping, and I couldn't shake the feeling that we weren't alone. To this day, I can't explain what happened that night. Was it just my imagination running wild, or did we really encounter something supernatural? So, the Bell Witch may have been a story rooted in history, but it definitely left a mark on my family and me. If you ever find yourself near Adams, Tennessee, I'd advise you to tread lightly. Who knows what might still linger in the shadows? And that's my creepy encounter with the Bell Witch. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Have you ever experienced anything supernatural, or heard about local legends? Let me know in the comments.